Oh, you can hear me now. My bad. Happy Sunday. What's up? How's it going? Nice to see you. I'd like to give a proper thank you to Richie Breathe. I finally figured out Restream and how to do the titles and how to get the zoom and how to get the music behind it, and it's been a long time coming. But we made it, right? I think we're solid. I don't even know if we're live yet. I haven't checked. Um, I think so. Are we? Live studio, enter live studio, streamer software. Sweet. Oh, but it still says Zoom on the bottom. I can't do the things. Weak. Anywho, how you guys doing? It's Sunday, and I'm not sure if heaven or hell is a thing. And oh, you know what? I had a thought about NPCs, and if it's better or not to be an NPC. Or to know everything that's going on. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick for you guys, if this is gonna let me. I saw a video from, or to know everything that's going. I think it was Ashira posted about if it's better to be asleep or awake. I don't know if she posted that video or she posted a poll, and so I started thinking about NPCs. I can't remember. I had such a good thought. Hessa been trying to get a hold of you. Your email, your address you sent me for the lucid dreaming tincture, I can't send it to you because the address you gave me isn't accepted. So if you could help me reset that up, that would be wonderful. That way I could get that to you. I noticed the color on your membership changed too. It's a nice little yellow. Dope. What up? Hi Jenny. What's up, you guys? You guys know that I think about the universe. I think about the universe, and then I think about all the different planets. Think about all the different civilizations, and I'm like, oh, you got just the ones that we see. I'm seeing Arcturus, and the Pleiadians, and the Syrians, and the what the hell are the Lyrians, and the sisters with the Pleiadians. There's like the seven sisters, right? And the friggin' all the Martians and all the different planets, let alone stars. I think about the multiverse, and I think about black holes, and I think about wormholes, and I think about donut holes, and I just think about the vastness of experience and existing in general. And then I think about the Bible. One of my homies posted something about the Freemasons, and the Freemasons believed that part of being a Freemason is you must believe that the one God, which I'm all about, right? An origin, an all, a oneness source. All right, so I believe in that. And then it said that you also must take the Holy Bible, the Holy Book, as the Word of God. And so I'm thinking. So now I'm contracting, right? Now I'm thinking, okay, you had all your star seeds and star clusters and nebula birthing out new stars and new planets, stars exploding and creating, the building blocks for new solar systems. Black holes that are sucking shit into them, and God knows where they're going. They're going somewhere. You can't have a non-experience inexperience, more or less. So all this grandness, talking heaven or hell, right? Collapse it into one. Go back, bring it back in from the neighboring galaxies, bring it back to our Milky Way galaxy, bring it back to our little solar system, bring it back to our little sun, and bring it back to our little planet, and then contract even further, go back to the one religion of all the religions that believes in that holy book, and then collapse it even further to how the Masonic temple believes that book should be interpreted. So now you continue contracting. And so you have this one extremely small version of what reality is. And when I say reality loosely, I mean reality as far as forget about the multi-universes with all of their different organizations of planets and stars and shit. No, it's just our universe collapsing to this one book on this one planet from this one culture with its one particular beliefs about a book that even itself has a ton of different interpretations and will continue to. And then I think of a question like heaven, like heaven and hell. Like, you're good, you go here. You're bad, you go here. And it just feels almost criminal to believe that this one book has it all. I don't care if you're decoding it or taking it literally or a combination of both. I do not see how I don't care if that book is 1,000,000 pages long. There's one tiny earth book that's praised by one sort of clique. It's not even that old. It's a few thousand years old on a planet that's a few billion. Like, what? That's like half a second of existence on a 24-hour clock, or less than that, 100th of a second of existence on a 24-hour clock. That's all the Bible, the Holy Scripture would represent. Anywho, the bell means I'm rambling. That's what I put the bell there for. Back to the point. Heaven or hell? Can we get bigger than that? Yesenia, what's up? Mystics, or what's up? Can we get bigger than that? Can we get bigger than heaven or hell? Can we get bigger than the Bible? You know what I mean? So Michael quadruple sevens just said understanding, and I'm glad you said that, because I thought it, but I didn't say it because I didn't want to be cliche. But what I was gonna say is, obviously this is why people say go inside to figure out answers. But I don't want to say go inside, because it's like, yes, go inside for answers, but there's nothing wrong with experiencing the external world. Well, there is, but there's a way to properly experience the external world, to where you can gather information, you can have beautiful experiences, you can learn things that you couldn't have learned on your own. Like, it is useful to experience the external world in order to learn and to grow and to evolve. Actually, I would go as far as arguing and saying that one must contact the external world outside of your inner self to grow and evolve and to learn, to expand past yourself. Of course, there's a right way and a wrong way, but the reason why you're told to go inside for truth is because when it comes to making decisions for yourself and to pursuing your own purpose, your own goal, how you want to love, how you want to live, how you want to make money, how you want to grow and evolve, no one knows that better than you, because no one's had your experiences. So that's why it's best to start inside, you're cutting out all the middlemen. Like, all right, what do I feel? What do I know? Like, when I quiet all the bullshit going on in the outside world, I can sort of make sense of it all. It's like the pond, they say the pond, if a pond is disrupted in waves and shit, you can't iron out a pond to make it smooth. You have to just leave it alone. Just not touch it for a while, and it'll settle on its own. In fact, messing with it makes it worse. That's sort of meditating and understanding. But when you start projecting yourself out to the external world, which we must, you're a human, brothers and sisters, dogs and cats, Pleiadians and Arcturians. We are human right now, which means we must do the human thing. We must interact. We must project ourselves into the void to create, to pull things, to tether them to our physical reality. But we don't have to do it so small. This concept of heaven and hell, this sort of white versus black and man versus woman, this extremely irrelevant things that just get in the way of true growth and understanding that happen outside. And I'm not talking about the inner world. I'm talking about what we experience out there in space and space and time, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There's so much. There's so much. And I'm thinking about, not so much today, but I'm thinking about like, Middle Ages. And people are just like, they're living on Earth and they have no fucking clue that there's millions, trillions. There's an ungodly amount of intelligent civilizations spread across the universe and the multiverse who are behind us in technology, who are probably far ahead of us, and they look at us and like, can you imagine an Arcturian reading the Bible and be like, this is what they believe? Like, this is the extent of their knowledge? Fuck. Like, don't tell them about Sirius B2A QXR, though fucking their brains will explode. Like, this is how far they've come, Jesus. It'd be like a human finding out that ants have their own religion where they praise an ant god that, like, carries the sun on its back. And we're going, what? The ants believe that shit? That's fucking crazy. Well, they're ants. What do you expect? They're so limited in their perception of reality. Like, of course, I don't blame them, but my God, are they off? Can't people do that as humans for the stuff that we feel so like, I don't know, this concept of like 60 years and then you're going to hell, 60 years or 90, 100 years, however long you live, and then you're going to heaven. Then you're there for all eternity. You're here on Earth for a blink of an eye, and it dictates for the rest of eternity where your soul will reside. That is fucking ridiculous. Shit's crazy. But the thing that's crazy, it's the sad part for me, at least, isn't how crazy the concepts are. It's more like, damn, we have so much to learn and experience, and our beliefs limit us so much that the paradigms we choose to buy into hold us back so much, man. So much of our mind space is devoted to things that don't grow us, they don't evolve us, they don't help us, they don't help humanity, they don't help the growth of humanity. It's like it's crazy. That's crazy. MCQ 200 mil. What up? Hey, we're growing it. MCQ 2021's the year where we get halfway to the 200 mil. Ow. Where are we at? Agent Smith, thanks for the plugs. Sure, Smith. You have to consider the yugas as well. Not all period of time was like the Middle Ages. I would just using the Middle Ages as an example for sure. But the yuga, the yogis, yugas. What do you mean by what's a yuga? 1 second. Yuga. A yuga, Sanskrit into a period of time relates to the past, present, future, recording our ages. Even that's small. Like, I could use any example. Buddhism, I could use it. Hinduism is the longest standing religion. Like, they maybe longest standing by a couple thousand years. That's a long time to us. But get the fuck out of here! Like, what? It's like, I guess my point is, no one's got the answers, you guys. No one. Don't be satisfied with Hinduism. Don't be satisfied with Buddhism. Don't be satisfied with any of the Abrahamic religions, Islam, Judaism, Christianity. Don't be satisfied with paganism. Don't be satisfied with shamanism. Don't be satisfied with fucking whoever says the turtle it carries the world on its back and it does the turtle thing. Like, don't study as much as you can, reasonably. Gather as much as you can. We've had this conversation before, you guys. Remember how I always talk about nature, how nature always produces more than it needs to stay alive? And the reason it produces more than it needs to stay alive is because the excess energy goes to goes to the advancement of the thing. That's where the evolution comes from. That's where the power to outgrow, to become more complex, to become more evolved, to further itself along the path of evolution further and further. That extra oomph comes from the excess of energy, which can be corresponded to when we pursue truth, we must always pursue it. We can't just come across one thing and be like, this is it, I've got it, because that's stagnance. You know what I mean? You can't there's no such thing as stagnance. You can't just like this is it. That's why I use the Bible as my example, because like the Bible, this is it. Existence goes on for eternity. Planets evolve, civilizations evolve. Your favorite fucking star seed is not, Arcturians aren't going to be around forever. How could they? Things will always change, which means the rules, more or less, will always be somewhat evolving, becoming more complex, less complex, and there's always different ways of perceiving the world to make the most use out of it. And so to say Hinduism, Buddhism, the studies of the Tao, will they always be the same? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, thank you for the email, Hessa. I got it, so I can. Ooh, that's what it needed. Great. Okay, I got your updated information, Hessa. I'll get your lucid dreaming printed via Etsy, and I'll send it out to you. Tiana Marie, what up? Yesenia, Keith, I'll read you guys' comments now. I'm pretty much done rambling. If you guys have an important comment you would like to interact, please feel free to do so. I was just having this thought before I clicked on your video. See, it's the sphere, right? I'm not the only one having these thoughts. You guys are having these thoughts too. Synchronicity on point. It's all conditioning, conscious conditioning for many years. Keith, do you ever feel like reality doesn't exist outside of you? You know what's funny? Agent Smith, if you're still here, was just sending me messages about like reality existing outside of you. Like sometimes I get this spooky feeling that my mind is the only truth, but then it's this paradox because I know you're real too. Yesenia, can you lucid dream? I mean, we could talk. I'll have this conversation with you. I don't think you'll like the answer, or I don't think you'll be satisfied with the answer. The reason why you won't be satisfied with the answer is because these questions, this sort of question, isn't, because it's such a stark paradox, it doesn't settle into your feels as an experience. It's a cool concept and it develops your mind and your ability to sort of critically think, philosophically speaking, but it doesn't really, there's no answer that's gonna make you feel good, unless the closest you can get, starting by like tonight without doing anything illegal, would be to lucid dream and tell someone in your lucid dream that they're not real and that they're actually in your dream, and watch their reaction. Their reaction, which is your reaction because they're a part of your subconscious dream, will be the closest way for you to answer that question in a way that you'll feel satisfied. You won't be able to put it into words. I've done it and it's hard to put it into words, but the feeling it gave me was like, whoa, there's a thing out there that's existing, doing things sort of apart from me, that thinks it's apart from me but isn't. And I can have a conversation with that thing sort of in my dream world and tell them that and watch their reaction, and they're just like their reaction is real. You see their face in your dream, and you see the confusion, the sort of the horror, the like speechlessness, and you're like, oh my god. So you kind of get that. But to answer your question, no, I don't really feel like reality doesn't exist outside of me. That question if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a noise? I've always been the guy to answer yes, because I feel it's awfully audacious for humanity to think that things don't exist unless humans are there to experience it. Back to my original point of this video, it's like, we think we're the only ones in this universe to experience shit. So if you take out human to experience shit, then all of a sudden things just don't happen. Like, things are always happening with or without humans. It's like, it's sort of the way of the world. But I get what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying. And if I think it's sort of like, follow the Hermetic doctrine, or there's a bunch of doctrines that believe we're sort of a dream of a creator, then we're all equally not real and equally real at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like people say reality is an illusion. Yeah, kind of. It's only an illusion so that change can happen, right? Because if something is real with a capital R, like the substantial reality means that truth means that it can't be changing. Because truth can't change, otherwise it wouldn't be truth, it'd be a half-truth. Half-truths are practically lies. It's either real or it isn't. But if reality is real and unchanging as a result of being the absolute reality, then like this Thoth statue wouldn't ever be able to change outside of the Thoth statue because it'd be an absolute, unchanging. But we know that the brass that went into making this statue is malleable, it's changeable. It was mined as rock, it was smelted into ore, it was heated and cast into a mold and solidified and painted into Thoth. Because it's an illusion in that it's always changing. You can throw it back into the fire and it will change again. You know what I mean? That's sort of, but since everything is an illusion, it's almost like saying everything is real because everything still follows the same laws. Like if I jump off of a bridge into a bunch of rocks at 1,000 feet, I'm gonna die. But Bob, he didn't really die. He just went to the next beyond. Like, yes, but I also died. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of both. It's kind of both. I hope that answered your question. Azim, what up? Yesenia, Tiana, Mystique, Aura. Wow, I snap myself out of it when I get in that feeling. I don't know, I feel like I can't dwell there too long, you know? You have to consider the egos as well. I already answered that question. Reality is your illusion, but it's real. Oh, well said, Tiana. Like it. A totem to ground to current reality. And yeah, Bonafide Bloom, what up? Yeah, that's also good too. Get you guys some grounding stuff. If any of you guys consider yourselves psychonauts, you'll know the importance and extreme benefits to having something grounding. Yeah, find your ground. Lemuria. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm saying that super hood when Lemuria. Hey, y'all been to Lemuria? I can't not say it like that. That's weird. Lemuria. Have you guys been to Lemuria? Lemuria. You guys been to Lemuria? I don't know. You know how you can't consciously compute all of the content in your subconscious mind? Yes. What if people outside of you is your subconscious mind? To a degree, they are. Yesenia. Wow, I just moved my Thoth statue to my new study station about an hour ago, and you picked yours up. My Thoth is blue and standing on skills. Standing on skills and a scroll? What do you mean skills? Yeah, I had to upgrade for my Anubis one because my other Anubis one broke. So I was like, all right, well, I'll get a Thoth one. So now I have Thoth and Anubis. What's cracking? Sweet. I'd like to invite you guys for some shameless promo. If you'd like to support the Patreon, you could. On the Patreon, I have discounts to my Etsy shop. I make my own candles. I got a bunch of beeswax candles that I make, black ones. I have yellow, natural, just beeswax candles. They smell amazing. They smell like honey. I have black roses, I got yellow roses. I have a bunch of plants and frankincense seeds for sale if you guys like growing things. I have resin burning kits, like little chakra resin burning kits, and I have super dope. Like, it's actually really cool. I just got this in, you guys. I just got it in. It's benzoin, Sumatra. So it's a tropical tree that makes this. I don't know if this will do it justice. You can see. Oh, you can't see anything, huh? Is that better? See this? It's tree resin of a tree called benzoin. It's a benzoin tree from Sumatra, and it smells like. Fuck! It smells amazing. Like I want to eat it, but it tastes disgusting. But I'm just like. It smells like vanilla, and cinnamon, and bubblegum almost. Vanilla, cinnamon, no, almond, like almond, vanilla, cinnamon, bubblegum. And it smells fucking glorious. I sell that on my Etsy shop. Anywho, if you guys want to support me on my Patreon, you can totally do that. And you get fat discounts on my Etsy shop. So it's like $5 get you 10% off, $10 get you 20% off. And so it's like, hey, Keith, the way Patreon works, if you're unfamiliar, it's like, hey, I love your content. I would love to support. Here's $10 a month. But if you're buying candles and shit, you know what I mean? All natural candles, no, it's just straight up essential oils, nothing, no fragrances, nothing crazy. If you're buying that stuff anyways, and you save $10, then you're helping the brother out, and you're making your money back immediately. So it's kind of like help me help you kind of thing. That's it for the shameless promo. I'll plug my Patreon, which I think Smith might have already done. Patreon.com/Garcia. And for those of you who are on the Patreon and didn't know that was a thing, I should have sent you a message. If you haven't, let me know, and I'll get you that coupon code. Yeah. There's Yesenia, I think you're already part of the Patreon, don't you? Anyhow. I think I need candles as well. I almost burned the place down with sage. That's funny. It just means your house was extra demonized, and it had to really get going. All right, we'll see if I can catch up with your guys' comments and bounce by. You guys have been busy in the chats. I'm trying to get the Stoned Oracle. What up? I was just thinking about you the other day, Stoned Oracle. Thanks for tuning in. Yesterday, actually, I was like, I need to hit her up. It's been a while. I saw you posted something on YouTube, and it was the first time I'd seen your face in a while. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Psychonaut means, but drift easily. A psychonaut is someone who, imagine an astronaut for psychedelics. They call themselves psychonauts. I used to call myself a psychonaut at one point in my life, but been out of practice, if you know what I mean. Promise sometimes. The doctors call this anxiety. You know what anxiety is? Well, I don't know if this is what anxiety is, but this musician told me this before a show one time, and he said it with such blasé that I was sold immediately. He was this musician guy that I was talking to before a show, and I was like, oh man, I can't have coffee. It fucking gives me anxiety most of the time. And he goes, you know what anxiety is, man? And I was like, what? I knew something good was coming. And he goes, anxiety is when you are afraid to fully accept happiness. And so I've noticed this about myself. Actually, it's funny. In the past, probably like a week or so, is that I find myself not anxious to the brink of an anxiety attack or where I'm extremely discomforted, but anxiety enough to where I'm like, I feel like there's something that I should be worried about when there's nothing I should actually be worried about. And so these past couple of days, it's funny we're having this conversation. I'll be sitting there and I'll have that sort of, that like passive anxiety that's running, and you're like, Like, why am I worried? Or maybe not. Maybe it's just me. I'll be sitting there and I'm like, why am I worried about shit? I'm like, the bills are paid. I'm making hella cash, saving money. I'm healthy. There's no imminent doom on the horizon. And I'm like, why do I have this sort of, like, why can't I just relax and let myself enjoy thoroughly a moment? Like, I've had that thought a couple times, and I've been checking myself instead of bringing myself back to like, how did I get there? But the anxiety, but you're right. What you're experiencing as anxiety is a real thing, right? It's a real thing that's uncomfortable, but it's not necessarily bad. It could be bad. Your life could be shitty, and the anxiety could be telling you like, hey, get your shit together. Or you could have just been programmed so long with living with anxiety that you assume it should always be there, like me, and you're just, and so you're having a hard time turning it off and accepting the happiness. So hopefully that was able to to help out a bit. Atlas is angry right now. Sarah Romano, what up? Murder of reality. I'm reading that out of context because I'm not sure what you're talking about, Romano. Having trouble finding spiritual foundation. Shit, me too, Stoned Oracle. Me too, especially this past like COVID. COVID hasn't been easy, but we're coming. 2021's getting better. We slayed 2020. Don't get me wrong. I also have a good story for you with spiritual foundation, Stoned Oracle. If you're still around, I'll try to catch up with these comments real fast, and then I'll tell you my cool story. Do you make natural soaps? No, I don't, Sarah. I don't make natural soaps. I thought about it, but that's like, I need more space, and there's a lot of different chemicals that go into it, and it's just like the projects that I'm working on right now are already pretty taxing. So I'm not necessarily expanding. Anywho. Oh yeah, we had a concert yesterday. I didn't get to read your guys' comments, but I put on the jam for a sec. What about shroom spores? What about the spores? Do I sell them? I could, 100%. Pizza topping spores? Yeah. I got you, fam. I got you. Bonafide, don't worry. You guys don't have to. I'm not. We still homies if you're not supporting on the Patreon, because you're literally supporting being here now. You just hanging with us, commenting in the room, liking and sharing the videos, like that is support. You know what I mean? Like if one of you guys just shares my videos and it hits a platform that has 100,000 videos and they repost it and I get like 5,000 subscribers overnight, is far better than a $10 a month subscription. You know what I mean? Just by sharing the content. So don't think that like, I appreciate all forms of help is what I'm getting at. So thank you guys. Anyhow. Thanks, brother. Yeah. My experience lucid dreaming usually operates to get me over a bump on the road. Yeah. What up? Murder reality. Pierce the back. What up? Oh, all right, Stone Circle. Thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you soon. Baby's killing it. Dude, you had to leave to do some Wild Times. You should have kept the music on during the Wild Times, man. That'd have been dope. Yeah. All right. Last story. Any lasting questions or anything? Is there anything else we should go over, you guys? Short path distillation of cannabis, THC, and CBD. Interesting. Cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your Wild Times, Drogon. Shall we wrap it up? Is there anything else? Anything you would like to share? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, the V scene. Agreed, Sarah. The oranges are doing wonderful. We had a great rain, and I laid out a whole bunch of fertilizer. I'm just waiting for the rain to come, so they got fertilized with this last rain last week, and they're just starting to bloom. The ants are gone, so the aphids are gone, and now all the new growth can actually survive. And so it's looking like this summer we're going to get some nice, this summer, fall, we're going to get some nice oranges this year. Let's talk about getting into the back door through breath work. Jesus Christ. I've come to the wrong place for that. Let's have an exchange, JDP. I'll send you a box of oranges. You send me a box of tangerines, because I love me some tangerines. And I noticed that tangerine trees are always popping. Rituals for peace and good vibes. Into the back door. Get a butt plug. Just walk around the house for a few hours. Don't believe it. Rituals for peace and good vibes. Yeah. Go sit under a tree and burn some oregano, and take your favorite music. Go outside. Don't do it inside. Go outside. Find a tree. Go under it, preferably, and burn some oregano and fucking sit there. Don't just sit there. I've been doing that a lot lately under the orange tree, and it's like especially at sunset. I know it's not the ritual you guys are looking for. I know you guys are into the fucking cut your hand and spittle some blood over like chicken bones and shit, or whatever you guys are into. I guess that would work, but I don't know any of that that's necessarily peaceful. I tend to just burn things under trees. That's my habit. Butt plug down. Second month of 2012. Yeah, we're closer to Halloween. You guys, you excited for Halloween yet? I'm super excited. Yeah, I thought you meant literal backdoor, dude. My bad. You were talking about wild time, and then you were like, "Hey, how do I convince them via breath work to get that back door?" And my bad. I thought you were talking about booty pleasures, which is why I said you came to the wrong channel for that. But the plugs do work. You guys are curious. It's definitely a thing. I'm excited for spring. I'm excited for spring too, because all my frankincense trees and my copal trees are going to start growing again, because they're all dormant. So I'm super stoked for spring too. My bad, Yesenia. I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know what you want from me. I can only get so much via comment, so I'm trying to do my best. But sometimes the booty pleasure takes the forefront, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Or the rear. It takes the rear front. You see what I did there? That was a joke. That was a joke. Kinda. Miss Sparrow, hello. I think I sell sage bundles on my Etsy shop too. I am luckily for you guys, your boy lives in Southern California where wild sage grows wild. So I have access to tons of white sage. If you want to buy it from my Etsy shop as well, it's on there. And again, if you join the Patreon, you get fat discounts up to 20% off on your Etsy. So if you spend $100 on a fuck ton of candles, frankincense resin, and burners, and white sage, and maybe a pack of frankincense seeds, then you save $20 and you're still up 10 from the donation on the Patreon help. I don't know how else I can help you guys by helping me. I don't know what else you want from me. But you missed the beginning? Damn. You might have missed the beginning, Cockney Sparrow, but you'll get it in the end. Pleasure is still cool nonetheless. You start getting more sage encounters. I have to get on my job more. So on. Nice. Legitimate realty. What up? Good shit, Drogon. All right. I'm taking off. I'm getting hungry. And everybody make that money. Make that money. It's not hard to make money. It's very simple. We live in the age of 2021 where you can contact any part of the world. Click a button. If you guys can't make money, you come talk to me. Come talk to me. We'll figure it the fuck out because it's not hard. You guys, no one should be struggling with money. Nobody. Unless you want to be struggling. Unless there is a reason why you're okay living paycheck to paycheck for whatever you decide. You're tired of that shit. Please. Yes, Astamania. Make that money and don't let it make you player from Diamonds Club. What up? Yes. I don't know what you're talking about, Tiana, but sure. Players Club Diamonds. Good day, everybody. Good day.